Hello and welcome. Today I've got for you another mechanical keyboard. This is the Keychron K3 Max. And just to tell you a little bit story, when I started out with mechanical keyboards, the first mechanical keyboard that I purchased was actually the Logitech G815. It's a full-size keyboard. It's very large, takes up a lot of space on your desk, has a full-size QWERTY plus a full-size numpad, arrow key, and a modifiers cluster. However, with that keyboard, I used it for quite a while. It's a tank. I still have that keyboard to this day, but the very first mechanical true keyboard that I purchased and I bought brand new was actually a Keychron. So I have a little bit of a soft spot for Keychron keyboards. And that said, I'm now bringing you today the review of the Keychron K3 Max. It's been a year or two since I've looked at a Keychron device, so I'm really curious to see how this brand is evolving and how the build quality and overall offering that they've provided for us in the mechanical category that is still relatively affordable, but yet still brings a lot to the table, and what this device has to offer, particularly the Keychron K3 Max. So if you're a lover of sleek, compact wireless mechanical keyboards that have the low profile key sets like this one, then I think you're going to love this keyboard here. So let's jump right into it and take a look at this Keychron. First of all, Keychron has designed some really beautiful and attractive packaging here. We've got the nice Keychron K3 Max in a black box here. I've got the brown tactile version here. What's included in the box here? So if you look at the accessories, and in here we get a beautifully protected keyboard. We get a nice illustrated instruction set here for how to pair this keyboard, how some of the built-in keyboard functions within the board itself work, and we have a very handy quick start guide here. Nice to see that. A Keychron branded key puller slash switch puller here. We also get included some keycaps because, as you know, this keyboard can be used with both Mac and Windows. There's a button on the rear we'll look at in just a moment. But these keycaps allow you to switch it up for Windows operation or for Mac operation and switch out the modifier keys. We also get a nice little instructional manual here on how to pair and how to use some of the other functions, lighting, charging, etc. And we've got a nicely braided USB Type-C to A cable that comes included with the keyboard here. Just as a quick disclaimer, this was purchased with my own money. This was not sent to me for review. And of course, that said, the thoughts you'll see in this video and the experiences that I'll share with you are entirely my own, and none have been privy to editorial of the content herein. So that said, though, it does help the channel very much when you support us by clicking the subscribe button, click that like button, hit that notification bell so you're the first to know when there's new content available here. And also, please take a look at the description below. If you're interested in purchasing this keyboard, any of the products that I review, you can always find a description, a link in the description, and oftentimes, accompanied with the codes that are specific to my channel to get discounts on these products. It really goes a long way to help support this channel and to help us grow so we can continue to bring more content like this. Now, let's begin by taking an overview of this Keychron K3 Max. So as I mentioned, Keychron was one of the first companies that I invested into with my own money when I really wanted to step up my mechanical keyboard game from the Logitech G815 that I had, which I still have, by the way, which is a tank of a keyboard. It was just simply too large for my desk, and often traveling with my keyboard at the time, I wanted to have something that was more compact. So I believe my first keyboard was a Keychron K2 or K1, if I remember. It's been a few years now. Nonetheless, let's take a look at what this K3 Max is bringing to the table here. So if we start with the overall build quality, we've got a composite, or a mixture of plastic plus some metal housing here, so aluminum frame and some plastic body. So it's not the best in terms of build construction and quality. And of course, if you twist it or torque it, you get these very odd squeaking noises, which does not actually lend itself to confidence. But that said, I've been treating this fairly roughly and not really taking care of it for the last 2 months, and there's not a single scratch or a ding yet on this keyboard. And of course, being that these are low profile switches, it's very easy to smash these or squish them when you throw them into a bag, or they're getting sandwiched between your laptop and a book as you're carrying them around in your backpack. So it's held up pretty well. I think the build quality here is solid. You're not really going to have any complaints on it unless you really abuse this keyboard. That said, here some other highlights about this particular keyboard, particularly from Keychron and the feature set that they offer here. So we'll talk about this is a 84 key keyboard. This is a 75% layout, and I prefer this layout because we get these navigation keys on the right hand side. So if you're working a lot with documents, emails, or even coding, it's very easy to use these navigation keys to jump at the beginning of the line or between paragraphs, on blocks of codes, etc. Now, these switches are Gateron low profile mechanical switches. The one that I have here are brown switches. We'll take a look at those in just a moment here. But this one has also the multimedia keys at the top here, which is pretty typical of most keyboards now. And of course, you can use function lock to activate between the modifier keys or the standard function keys on this particular keyboard. The keycaps themselves are nicely designed. They have this beautiful curved texture on the top, rounded corners, and they are double shot PBT keycaps, so these will definitely last you quite a while. These are low profile keycaps. Keep in mind there's always many keyboards now and Keychrons lineup that you can have with either low profile keycaps or standard height keycaps as well. My preferred is actually standard height keycaps, but this keyboard feels pretty nice as well, so I've actually enjoyed my time with it more so than I thought I might have. This is an ANSI layout keyboard. We've got, tri-mode connectivity, which is pretty typical of most Keychron keyboards these days. So if you look at the top here, we've got a USB Type-C port here for charging. This does have a 1550 milliamp hour built-in rechargeable battery inside, lithium polymer. And we have, two different switches here to control connectivity and operation. So the left-hand switch here, we have operation toggle between Mac and Windows. And of course, as you see right now, I have the modifier keys, control, option, and command instead of the Windows Alt and the Windows function keys, etc. So you can choose between Windows and Mac operation. We have another toggle here for the three different modes. This is a tri-mode connectivity keyboard, and pretty much all mechanical keyboards these days are coming with tri-mode connectivity. So that means you have three options. You can either use 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi using a Wi-Fi dongle. You can either connect with Bluetooth, which is pretty typical, or you can use USB Type-C for wired mode connectivity if you just prefer the stability of the wired connection. Now keep in mind, this does tout, and on the marketing page for this product, Keychron raves about 1000 hertz polling rate, but keep in mind you only get that with either wired mode or 2.4 gigahertz mode. In Bluetooth, that rate drops actually to 90 hertz. And of course, being Keychron, we've got N key relover, so you can smash these keys as much as you like. You're not going to have any issues with that. And N key rollover is present in both wireless and wired modes of operation. And if I turn this on here quickly so we can start to see some of the lighting modes, you can see here that we've got 22 different RGB backlight modes, and this one has full RGB backlight, by the way, using the lighting button here. Nice to see that there's a dedicated button, and of course with the startup guide here, as we looked at a little bit earlier with what was inside the box, you have some quick tips on how to toggle between these particular different modes, how to pair, and of course there is a whole slew of software and a web-based interface that you can use to control and set up your own custom lighting modes and whatnot. As I mentioned, there is a rechargeable battery here. Now, with the backlight turned off, I've used this keyboard. I've had about roughly 2 weeks of usage, thereabouts, with the backlight off. If I turn the backlight on and I keep the RGB at full brightness, this has lasted roughly 5 days. I want to say less than a week, not 7 days. So maybe 5 to 7 days, somewhere in that range in terms of battery life. Now it is quick charging, so you can plug this in using this USB Type-C port on the back here, and it charges up pretty quickly. So I don't think you're gonna have any range anxiety or battery anxiety for that matter. The Bluetooth version on board here is Bluetooth 5.1. As I mentioned, you've got USB Type-C connectivity for wired operation, Bluetooth 2.4 gigahertz. This is the 2.4 gigahertz dongle that is included for wired operation, or excuse me, 2.4 gigahertz wireless operation. Pretty standard stuff. And this is a Mac, Windows, and Linux keyboard, and I've used it with all three operating systems without any trouble. It's quite light, actually. This only weighs 525 grams, so very easy to throw in your bag, just 1 pound. It's nice and slim, as you can see from the dimensions here, being that it's got low profile switches and also low profile keycaps. Let's pop a few of these off here so you can take a look at the switches underneath. And they've got north-facing LEDs, so a little bit, different than the standard south-facing keycaps that we have. And if we look at the keycaps here, they're actually beautifully designed as well. The print is actually very nice, very legible. And on the back of the keycaps here, we've got standard MX style stems, so pretty much you can swap out any MX style set of keycaps here and customize this to your liking. And if we take a look here, the LEDs do get quite bright, as you can see there. So no issues with brightness there, no matter the type of lighting environment that you're operating in. Now for a quick typing test here so you can hear what the keyboard sounds like when you're actually using it for typing. These are again the Gateron brown switches here, so you're going to get some tactile feedback with not too much noise as you would see from the clicky keys. So here we go. All right, so you can see here I can get up to speed very quickly here, typing at around 115 words per minute with very high accuracy. So no issues, definitely. I love these keyboards and I love their keycaps. It's very easy to find your home key position as well with your fingers because they've got these raised edges here to determine what they are. We get a full complement of modifier key, or excuse me, media row function keys as well. And of course, the other thing I want to point out with this particular keyboard, we'll take a look at some of the actual sounds here. I'll use my microphone, bring it close so you can actually hear the actual stabilizer sounds. If need be for the typing test, I'll boost the sound in post so you can actually hear it a little bit better. But I think this has a very nice and solid sound to it. It's not the thok that you would expect from perhaps very premium mechanical keyboards, but of course it certainly isn't at around 100 US dollars as well. So let's see here. And there you have it. All right, now let's talk about how to get this Keychron K3 Max paired with your PC. So it's actually quite simple. We grab our keyboard here, and as we can see on the back here, we've got the switches. So we'll toggle our connectivity switch over to Bluetooth, and as soon as we do that, you'll see here that the system powers up. If we can slide it all the way, so you can see here that as soon as we do that, we get this RGB light in effect, and the combination for pairing is actually function plus the 1, 2, or 3 keys for the particular device you're interested in. So let's grab FN and 2. We hold it down for about 4 seconds. And we'll see here that we've got a blinking blue light on the number 2 key, so that means we're ready to pair. We head over to our PC here, hit add a device on the Bluetooth section, go over to Bluetooth, and we should see the Keychron K3 Max pop up here. We select it. After a few moments, it gets paired, and as you can see here, that we're now in operation. So it actually works quite well. Pretty simple to get paired with this device, and you can do the same approach with your Windows PC, with your Android tablet, with your iPhone, and of course a multitude of other devices as well. And a few of the keyboard shortcuts that are built in, or a few of the functional shortcuts that are built into the actual device itself. We'll talk about those very briefly here. So first of all, you use the function key here, and if you use W, you can change the brightness, you can increase the brightness, or using the S key, you can turn down the brightness of the backlight all the way down. So that's a very handy feature here. You don't need any software to do that. And then function tab here will turn the backlight off entirely. You can press it again to toggle the backlight back on. And of course, you have some other options here as well. You can press function /Q to change the different lighting modes here that are running on the keyboard. And as I mentioned, there's about 22 presets here that are built into the keyboard itself. The other thing you want to pay attention to is which operating system you're running, because there are layers of key mappings built into this keyboard here. So depending on, let me turn off this for here. So depending on if you're using a Windows or a Mac PC or a Mac computer, you want to make sure that this is toggled to the right side here, so you can get the right type of PC shortcuts and layering built into this. Now this has 4 different layers of operation here, so you can use 4 different layers of key maps that are configured here, and you can also update those into the Keychron launcher software. We'll demonstrate that in just a moment here, but if you're using this keyboard, make sure that you're toggled over to the right PC. This is a common mistake, that you don't get key presses to activate. Okay, so the next thing we want to touch on is the Keychron launcher interface. So this is a web-based interface that allows you to do things such as upgrade the firmware on your keyboard. Of course play with the presets for the lighting and all of the layered mapping for keys and stuff like that, etc. as well. So this is the customization software. You just need a browser. You open it up in Edge, Chrome, whatever you like as your browser. I've got this plugged in here with USB-C. This gives the best results for connecting with this, particularly if you're going to be doing firmware updates or anything like that. And on the other hand, then we just plug it in with a USB-C connection to our computer here. We'll see that it gets recognized. We just heard the beep. As I mentioned, through this here, you can change the key mapping. So you have all of the different keys here. And of course, you've got the layers. So as I mentioned, 0 and 1 layers are used for Mac OS. And then you have layers 2 and 3 that are used for the Windows operating system. So if you're in the Windows mode, this is the set of pre-mapped layers you'll get with toggling between the different layer modes here. And there is, of course, a shortcut key on the getting started guide that comes with this keyboard that allows you to toggle between the two different modes. So you can basically have a bunch of other options here to configure for your keyboard. Now, if you head over here, you also have a backlight configuration. So of course, here from you can see you can change the brightness here, and of course with the effects, you've got lots of different effects here to choose from, which is great because you can do the customization here. We also have macros here, so if that's something that you prefer, you can certainly go in here, press all your key combinations and record some macros, and then save them to a custom key as well. You also have a firmware update option here, so if you need to update the firmware, there's a whole lengthy process to go through, but it's quite simple to do that through the web interface. You don't need any additional drivers or other software installed to do that. Of course, you have the key test here, so where I press the key, it tells me how many times I'm pressing a certain key, and I can change between the different layers on this keyboard as well to allow me to toggle different key modes here. So if I go back to the key map, I'll swap back over to number 2 because I'm currently in Windows mode. And if I go over to the key here, now my key map will now reflect the keys that I'm actually pressing. So it's a nice thing to do that. Of course, you have an option here for a bug report. So if there's any issues you have with the keyboard, you can log a report right from within the software itself. It's nice to see that the companies are adopting this kind of approach. This is all QMK VIA-based software, VIA-based firmware, and QMK-based software. Okay, so to conclude on this Keychron K3 Max, I really like what they've done with this particular keyboard. They're still continuing their reputation as one of the best go-to brands for mechanical keyboards. If you're not too fussed about the particulars with stabilizers and all those specifics that would go into building and rolling together a custom keyboard. It's got nice double shot PBT keycaps. It's got nice get around switches. You're not getting some third or fourth rate branded switches there, which are not as popular. You also get lots of RGB here with 22 different modes baked right in. You can use this without any kind of software whatsoever, no drivers installed. It's got tri-mode connectivity, and it covers all of the basics that you need to have a good mechanical keyboard. These brown switches give a very, very good experience, and I've been overall very pleased. So I think they've kept going with the premise that they set out for, and I think they're doing a really great job in 2025 with the Keychron K3 Max, and I look forward to seeing other products from Keychron in the near future. That said, I think that's all I have really to say in this particular video. I hope you enjoyed this content, and if you did, please click the like button, click that subscribe button, and click the notification button so you're the first to know when there's new content available here. And also, always check the description if you're interested in purchasing these products. I always like to leave links there and discount codes wherever possible so you can help support this channel so we can continue to bring you more content like this in the future. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.